Have you ever felt like something's just off? Like you're doing everything right on paper. You're eating clean, maybe journaling, reading spiritual books, even meditating here and there, and yet underneath it all, there's still a low hum of disconnection, like a quiet numbness you can't quite name. Listen, I've been there, and truthfully, I think most people live their entire lives there, trapped in their heads, reacting to life, chasing little highs that fade quickly and calling it balance or being spiritual. But what if that sense of disconnection wasn't a sign that something's wrong with you? What if it's actually a sign that something in you is ready to wake up? See, the yogis thousands of years ago mapped out what we might call a spiritual blueprint, a detailed structure of what makes up your being. And when you understand how this system works, and more importantly, how to align with it, things start to shift. Not just in theory, but in how you feel, in how you move through life, and in how you relate with the world. So in this video, I want to take you through that blueprint. Not abstractly, not philosophically, but experientially. You are not just a body. You are not just a mind. You're not even just a soul. According to yogic science, you're made up of 5 distinct layers, kind of like a spiritual Russian doll, each one wrapping around your core essence. Now, these layers are called koshas, which essentially means sheaths or coverings, and they filter and shape your experience of reality. Now, the outermost is called Annamaya kosha. That's your physical body. Literally, Anna means food. This is your food body. This is your flesh and your bones. And the body that's made out of what you eat. Next is the pranamaya kosha, your energy body. This is where your life force or prana flows. It animates the physical and gives it vitality. Then comes the manamaya kosha. This is the mental and the emotional body. This is where our thoughts happen, your feelings process, and your sense of identity begins to take form. After that is the vijnanamaya kosha, your wisdom or your intuition body. Now this one is quieter. It's the part of you that just knows without having to think. And finally, at the center is the Anandamaya kosha, your bliss body, the one that connects you directly to the energy of life itself. Now, that's not talking about the bliss of getting everything your way, but more of a peaceful, unconditional joy that just is. Now, the first 3, the physical, the energetic, and the mental, they're part of the material world. They're affected by karma, by the law of cause and effect. If something goes out of alignment there, you feel it very quickly in your body, in your energy, and in your mind. Suffice it to say, if you eat Burger King, it's going to feel like you've eaten 2 bricks and your body's going to be tired digesting it and your energy's going to be out of whack, and then just watch what that does to your mind. But the last 2 sheaths, the intuition and the bliss sheath, well, these are non-physical. These sit behind that karmic influence, but they're only accessible if the outer layers are clear enough to receive them. Quick personal story. There was a time, not long ago, when I was completely out of touch with all of this. I was waking up every morning with this kind of low-grade anxiety, reaching straight for my phone, scrolling YouTube or Reddit first thing. I wasn't eating terribly, but I wasn't eating intentionally either. I was functional, but I wasn't feeling anything. Then one morning I opened Reddit, and I saw a man die right in front of my eyes. Not in a metaphorical way. I watched a man lose his life on camera. It was real footage. I didn't choose it, but the algorithm chose it for me. It just autoplayed. Something in me recoiled. I felt this wave of sadness and hollowness that I couldn't shake for weeks. My body felt heavy. My thoughts were foggy. I was disturbed. But more than that, I was disconnected. And that's when it began to click for me. Everything you take into your system, food, content, energy, conversations, it has to be digested, not just by your body, but your entire being. So let's go back to those 5 koshas. Your physical body is the one that we usually pay the most attention to. It's visible, it's tangible, and constantly asking for things. Bloody needy body. But we forget it's also deeply intelligent. You eat a piece of bread, you eat an orange. It becomes your cells, your tissues, you. But the point of this layer isn't just to look good, it's to create a stable foundation for the other bodies to express themselves. And when you treat the physical body well, you begin to feel grounded, strong, and clear. Now, your energy body is where things get more subtle. This is your prana, your life force. And most of us are wildly disconnected from it. But you felt it before, that buzz after a few deep breaths, the aliveness after a cold shower, the stillness after a long exhale. Your pranic field is the medium through which presence flows. It gives rise to the emotional body and it feeds the mind. When this layer is depleted, we feel flat, dull, uninspired, and unmotivated. But then there's the mental and the emotional body, the Manomaya kosha, as we mentioned earlier. And this is where your personality lives, your patterns, your reactions, your moods. It's also where a lot of your karma plays out. So if you've ever felt stuck in loops, repeating thoughts, emotional spirals, unhelpful habits, you're probably operating from this layer without realizing there's anything beneath it. Next, we arrive at the intuitive body, the wisdom sheath. This is the part of you that knows what's right before your mind has time to explain it away. It comes as a nudge, a quiet sense of, this feels true. But here's the catch. You can't access intuition by thinking harder. You access it by feeling more clearly. And finally, there's the bliss body. Now, this is the quiet joy that arises not from getting what you want, but from realizing you're already connected. It's that subtle state where even when things are hard, there's a stillness, a connectivity underneath. Doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you're no longer identified with it and you stay deeply in that feeling connection as pain arises. You're free. So how do we make contact with all of this? The key, purification. And when I say that, I don't mean it in some sort of moral or judgmental sense. I mean it practically, be that physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally. Just like your stomach can't digest junk forever, your subtle system can't keep processing chaos without a cost either. So we clean things up, not to be better, but so we can feel more clearly. And we start that with the physical body. We move it, we nourish it, we give it rest. And we can cut back on what clogs the system, like alcohol, processed foods, even stimulants. Then the energy body, we use a process called pranayama. We breathe with intention. We can get into nature and we can rest more deeply. The mental body, though, that's a bit more tricky, but it starts with input. Clean up your feeds. Read things that light you up. Spend time in silence and with good people and people that inspire you. And declog your mind by journaling. Can't hurt. Now, the intuition body awakens as your nervous system settles. When you stop looking for answers in your head and start feeling into your body, you'll start to hear it. Not as a voice necessarily, but as a frequency, a vibration. And the bliss body? Well, that one emerges when the rest are clear enough. You don't chase it, you receive it like sunlight hitting still water. Now, if you want a structured way to start doing this, I created a free 7-day spiritual growth accelerator. It's a daily sequence of sadhana and subtle practices that help you activate and purify these layers, and you can grab it through the link below. See, here's the thing. If you felt disconnected, if you felt numb, if you've been going through the motions and wondering, why don't I feel anything anymore? You're not broken. You're not unspiritual. You're just all clogged up. And when the fog lifts, when you begin to live in alignment with your actual structure of your being, life stops feeling like a problem to solve, starts feeling like something sacred again, because it's alive. Now, if you're ready to go deeper, you're more than welcome to join our membership community. This gives you access to the full path, mapped out clearly with guidance and structure to support your journey over time. But wherever you go next, do remember this. You're not your thought. You're not your fatigue. You're not your confusion. You are the pure, unbridled awareness, beneath it all, waiting to be remembered. So I hope this video served you, but I want to share with you the greatest realization you'll ever make in your life. You know that teaching, the observer is the observed, or be the witness? Well, it's very limited, and we don't want you to get trapped in the minefield, the egoic minefield that teaching can be. So allow us, if you will, perhaps straighten this teaching out for you in that video there.